Oh, hello, this is Tak Chong from Walk with Tak, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. This morning when I went for the walk, I saw something spectacular because I witnessed a perfect rainbow. It stretches from one end of the horizon to the other end in a perfect arch. Living in the flatland of central Illinois, I have seen quite a few rainbows, but none of them is as perfect as this one. Okay, now I have shared with you my morning excitement. Let's go on to today's video. Both my wife and I love shrimp, and we eat shrimp about once or twice a week. We always use shrimp as a condiment rather than as a main dish. Another reason that we cook shrimp frequently is because there is no prepping for shrimp. Nearly all the shrimp that you buy today from the supermarket are frozen. They are frozen individually, giving them the best quality. In addition, there are many different varieties for you to choose from. First, there are different species of shrimps. Some of them are farm-raised, where some of them are wild-caught. Also, they come in different sizes, with the largest one more expensive. You can buy them with or without shell. Therefore, eating shrimp is very convenient. Over the years, I have tried different kinds of shrimp, looking for the best quality as well as the best price. The shrimp that I am currently using are farm-raised shrimp that come from India. Farm-raised shrimp are more sustainable than wild-caught shrimp because the life in the ocean is severely depleted due to overfishing. However, farm-raised shrimp has its own problem due to the negative environmental impact. Therefore, I'm always looking for seafood that meet the standard for sustainability. When I buy seafood, I always look for this gold standard. This gold seal provides assurance that this seafood meets the highest standard of sustainability that pose minimum impact to the ecosystem as certified by a third party. The shrimp that I've been using in the last couple of years is a large raw shrimp. It is peeled, deveined, and tailed off. And it comes in a 3-pound bag. This bag of shrimp is sold by Sam's Club for about $20. Which is not bad at all in comparison to other brands. This shrimp is also among the best quality. If you are a Sam's Club member, I strongly recommend you to give this a try. Since these shrimps are individually frozen, they are very easy to thaw. We usually cook about 4 to 6 ounces of shrimp. We use the shrimp as condiments rather than the main ingredients of the dish. I rinse the shrimp in running cold water, and it usually takes about 4 to 6 minutes to thaw out the shrimp. And this is all the prep you need to do when you cook shrimp, simple and easy. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to cook a shrimp dish with mushroom. I'm going to use portobello mushroom to cook this dish. This portobello mushroom is a new variety of the traditional portobello mushroom. It is much smaller and so is frequently known as baby bella. I usually alternate the portobello mushroom with white mushroom. Both my wife and I love mushroom. We usually cook mushroom about 2 to 3 times a week. I prep my mushroom in advance. I usually cut them into thin slices. When I prep them this way, their shelf life is extended, usually up to 7 to 10 days. So to cook this dish takes me only about 10 minutes to get ready to cook. And while I am thawing out the shrimp, I can start setting table. To cook this dish, I'm first going to shallow fry the shrimp to give it a slight crispy breading. To achieve this, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And I'm going to season this dish with the seasoning known as the Tim's Black Market Dry Rub. This is a gift from my friend Andy, and I've been trying to use it up. In addition, I'm going to add some chili pepper flakes. This will improve the flavor complexity of the shrimp, but it will not make it spicy. Next, I use a spoon to mix everything up. And my friend Kim told me that he actually used his fingers to mix them up, and it worked much better. And I tend to agree with him, and maybe this is what I'm going to try next time. So okay, I'm ready to cook. I'm going to use my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok to cook this dish. I'm going to start with 1½ tablespoon of canola oil. I let the oil heat up until it slightly smokes, and I turn the heat to low, and I let it smoke for another 15 seconds to spot season the wok. This will create a nice non-stick cook surface. And if you're not familiar with my spot seasoning method, you can take a look at this video. I discovered that to create the best flavor for the shrimp is to first shallow fry them. I lay out the shrimp in a flat layer on the surface of the wok. The Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok frequently is also known as a wok pan. It has a relatively large flat surface area compared to other types of flat bottom wok. It is about 9-inch across as compared to other type of wok usually is around between 5 to 6 inches. This will allow you to use this wok as a small frying pan as the need arises. This method for frying the shrimp frequently also known as shallow frying. This has many features of deep frying, but you use a small amount of oil. You fry the food ingredients on one side first, and then you flip them over to fry the other side. And by coating the shrimp with a thin layer of cornstarch, I give the shrimp a light crispy breading. This not only enhances the flavor and texture of the shrimp, but it also keeps the inside of the shrimp moist and tender. Adding the seasoning to the shrimp increases the flavor of the shrimp. Because this seasoning mix that I use contains sugar, it will cause caramelization as well as charring on the surface of the shrimp. And these are the little things that you do could make a big difference in their flavor. You notice that when I pick up the shrimp, some of them stick to the bottom of the wok. This means that they are not quite done, and you should cook them a little bit longer. While the other side of the shrimp being cooked, I add the mushroom to the wok. I spread out the mushroom over the surface of the wok, while the other side of the shrimp is being cooked. You probably noticed that up to this point of the cooking process, I use a pair of tongs, which I find it to be extremely useful, because it gave me much greater control of which food ingredients that I would like to turn. By now, the other side of the shrimp is about ready. I switch to my wok spatula to stir fry everything together. To retain the texture and flavor of the mushroom, I want it to be only very lightly cooked. The final step is to garnish the dish with some scallions. I cut up the scallions in the beginning of the week, and I use it in many different types of dishes. A scallion has a reasonable shelf life, usually about 5 to 7 days. To season this dish, I decided that only sauce I'm going to use is some hoisin sauce, which I use about 1 tablespoon. By this time, I have turned off the stove. I want to create a light sauce for this dish. I add a small amount of water to the area where food has been burned and stuck to the bottom of the wok. And then I use my wok spatula to detach them. I want to create a very light sauce, so I'm very careful in the amount of water that I'm adding to the wok. So this is a good way to return the flavor back to the dish, as well as cleaning the wok at the same time. And I call this method spot cleaning. I transfer the contents from the wok to a serving plate. And the total cook time of this dish is a bit over 7 minutes. This dish is a demonstration of my fast cooking system, with flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. It is highly efficient with no recipes, and you create the flavor that you preferred. Thank you for watching. If you are interested to learn more and to adopt my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post video on daily basis, so I will see you tomorrow. Keep on cooking.